Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to descale the Delonghi Magnifica S. We're going to be using the Delonghi descaling solution here, and we've got to make sure that the machine is on and is up to temperature. You can see now it will let you know when it needs descaling because this light down here will flash red. So first things first, we're going to empty the water out of the drip tray and we're going to get rid of any coffee that's in the grounds container. And we're going to get the water container out. We're going to take out the water softener and empty out the water. When we're using the descaling liquid, we don't want the water softener in there, so keep it to one side. So here we have the descaling solution here, and we have 5 different measures at the side. Each one of these is 100 ml, which is one measure in here. So we're going to be putting the last one in, which is number 5 here, and it's going to fill up to the little A. There's a tiny little A here, which is really hard to see. There you go, just there. So you're going to be filling up to the A. And then we're going to be filling up with tap water, cold water, up to the level B here, which is just here. That's it, so we've got the solution up to A and we've got the water now up to B. Now we need to get 2 containers, one for here and one for here. Now obviously be careful of splashing this because it can damage delicate surfaces or even your skin. So now we need to let this know that we've got the descaling fluid in. We're going to do that by holding down this button here for around 5 seconds. This will then go to a steady light and we will have this light, steam light flashing here. That's when we're going to turn this to the 1 position and then it's going to start the descale process. So here goes, holding this down now, still flashing, still holding, there we go. It's now gone to solid and this has started flashing here. We're now ready to turn this on and the process will begin. Now, make sure that you've got enough time to do this. We'll put up the time on the screen it takes, but you don't want to walk away from this and then come back 7 hours later, because by then the machine's probably turned itself off. Turn it on there. So now this is going to take quite a long time, and there will be times where it won't do anything for a couple of minutes. So you can see a bit came out there, a bit came out here. And now I'm going to get the camera on the tripod and we're going to let it work through and we'll fast forward through it. So right now, after about 1.5 minutes, it looks like it's doing nothing, but just give it time, it is doing what it needs to do. Now this part of the process took 11 minutes 50 seconds to get all the descale solution to go through, and then we need to rinse it afterwards. So Delonghi recommend that you use containers that are 2 litres. For this first part, the containers that I've got are big enough, but on this rinse part, we need to fill up the water container up to the max, which is going to be more than 1 litre. So it would be better if you had a minimum of at least 1.5 litres. Also, depending on what container you use, it can splash quite a lot. So you might want to add a little bit of water to the container first because it's less likely to splash out then. So now, 11 minutes 50 seconds later, this is the next part of the process. Right now the solution has gone through and you can see that this is now flashing and this is now flashing. That means that this machine is now ready for rinsing. So we need to confirm that by turning this dial back to 0. And now we can empty out both these containers and we can now put fresh water in here to start the rinse cycle. Now I'm emptying out the old solution. I'm going to wash out this container. And now we're going to fill up with fresh cold water up to the max level, which is this one up here. Not the B level, the max level, which is up the very, very top. Right, so if you have a look here now, you can see that the light is flashing here. That's to let us know that we can now start the rinse cycle. So we're going to put this to on here. And now it's splashing less because this is hitting against water rather than hitting against the bottom of the container. So this first rinse here took 4 minutes 50 seconds, and you can see it's nearly all coming through the coffee spouts at the front, and a little bit came through the cappuccino maker on the side. But then on the second rinse, it's going to be all through the cappuccino maker on the side. Now this part here is where the front container on my one was a little bit too small, and near the end I had to just swap it over to the saucepan to catch the rest of the water. So make sure you put in a big enough container that can take at least 1.5 or, like Delonghi recommends, 2 litres. And now you can see that the first rinse is now complete. We've got the flashing light here and here. And now put this back to 0. So I'm going to empty out these containers, both of them. Next now it's going to be getting clean from the cappuccino maker. Again, I've left a little bit of water in here to reduce the splashing. And now we're going to empty out this. And we're going to put the water softener back in and also fill it up to the max again with fresh water. Right, water softens back in and we're back up to the max again. Okay, so containers under the spouts here, and we've got our fresh water in. And now we're going to turn that on there. And now it's going to rinse all through again, this time out of the cappuccino maker. Okay, so the rinsing is now complete. You can see that we have a flashing light here. So we just need to turn this to off. And that is it. The machine is now back to normal. So we're going to fill up this with water again. And now the descale process has been done. So let's just fill up the water. And I'm going to discard the old water. And that is it. The machine is now ready to use. You can see that the descale light has now gone off. So the important things to remember there are that although a smaller container will be fine at the beginning, when it comes to the rinse, you're putting more than 1.1 litres through, so you need a bigger container. And there's not much depth here, so the container kind of needs to be more oblong in order to hold all that. Or if you're going to use a saucepan, you're going to need to prop the saucepan up with something underneath here for that bit there. So yeah, if you've got a spare about half an hour, you will be able to get that job done. And then hopefully you can have nice tasting coffee for many more weeks or months to come. Thank you so much for watching.